City Sunday.
Good morning. This week on Capital City Sunday, an extremely busy week on Capitol Hill for Congress and the Trump administration.
Kind of like a gut punch, a stab through the heart that he escapes accountability.
As the January 6th insurrection eclipses a new administration under Donald Trump, I sit down with former U.S. Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn for a one-on-one interview to discuss the president's pardons.
Never taken a position, either publicly or privately for that matter, on the congressional maps.
And with Wisconsin State Supreme Court race taking center stage, controversy on the campaign trail this week for both candidates.
Every one of us has political baggage.
Dane County Judge Susan Crawford and Waukesha County Judge Brad Schimmel joining me on the show to discuss their campaigns and their stance on key issues. Thank you for joining us. I'm Darielle Fair. Former Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn returned to Madison Tuesday to condemn President Donald Trump pardoning the more than 1,500 rioters charged in connection to the January 6th attack on the Capitol. But Dunn's visit also aimed to highlight a critical election taking place, Wisconsin Supreme Court race. Dunn criticizing any elected official who did not also reject the action. President Trump's pardons set the stage for a jam-packed week of campaigning for both candidates, Dane County Judge Susan Crawford and Waukesha County Judge Brad Schimmel. Crawford and Schimmel's campaigns confirming they were not in support of pardoning those who were convicted of assaulting law enforcement officials. Wisconsin Supreme Court race on April 1st is now less than 60 days away. Trump pardoned and dismissed charges for more than 1,500 defendants, including some of those who were convicted of assaulting law enforcement officers that day. Are you concerned that this could potentially lead to cases of political violence in the future?
Absolutely. Political violence is never acceptable, no matter the candidate, no matter the party, no matter the person. It's never acceptable. The people that were there on January the 6th, they were there because they felt emboldened by the president at the time, Donald Trump, to do so. He asked them to go there and fight. They believed the election was stolen. And now by him pardoning them, that gives them the message that it was okay to do so as long as it was in his name. And that's what's really unfortunate. We have to make sure that nobody is above the law, that it's not okay to assault people, especially police officers, while we were just there doing our job, trying to protect the peaceful transfer of power.
Harry, when inmates are released from federal prison, the Justice Department calls their victims to let them know that they are now free. Were you one of the officers to receive a call from Victim Services?
I did not directly. It's possible they reached out to my lawyers or attorneys, but what I do know is one of the other officers, Sergeant Aquilino Ganell, he sent me a screenshot of all the numerous calls that he got. And he said that each one of these individual calls represents an individual defendant who is being released that assaulted him. So a lot of other officers that I know, I wasn't assaulted as viciously as a lot of my coworkers were. So I was fortunate in that sense. But there are real life ramifications to letting these people out who violently assaulted my coworkers that day.
Waukesha County Judge Brad Schimmel said on Monday that anyone convicted of assaulting law enforcement officers should serve their entire sentence, but he did not object to President Donald Trump's pardons. What are your thoughts on that? That's
literally playing both sides. There's only one side when it comes to what Donald Trump did. If he says that, if Judge Schimmel is going to say that people should serve their sentences, then his only response to Donald Trump's pardons is that it's wrong. He should not do it. Because what Donald Trump's pardons did is allowed those individuals to not serve their sentences. So you can't play both sides. It sounds like he's trying to appease Donald Trump or not get in his bad side. But if somebody says, yes, if you assaulted police officers, you should be in jail, you should do your time, that's it. You can't say, I support Donald Trump's pardons, because that's literally playing both sides of the fence, and that's what he's trying to do.
And I want to talk about why you're here in Wisconsin. You joined Dane County Judge Susan Crawford last week in Wisconsin to condemn those January 6 pardons. Crawford is a candidate for Wisconsin Supreme Court race. Why do you think that race is important?
Well, first of all, everything that happens in Wisconsin always seems to make national news. But listen, not just Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Nevada, anywhere that they have somebody seeking public office that doesn't acknowledge what happened on January 6th is bad. I feel the need to show up and push back against it, especially elected officials. We need to have trust in our institutions that the people we send there to represent us, whether it's on a national level, whether it's on a state level, we need to have we need to believe that they will be representative of us.
You can see the full interview with Harry Dunn on WKOW.com or the WKOW YouTube page.